He's Banks,
He's Josh.
and this is Odd Places
Going viral.
Viral.
Josh.
Get drink some water. Let's hydrate.
Yeah, let's hydrate together.
Everybody hydrate.
Hydrate. Mm-hmm. Josh,
Yes, sir.
what is the weapon? What is the? I mean, let's go shield. What is the shield of our day, of our time? The shield,
Shield.
or protector. What is the biggest protector of our day, of our time?
Protector of our time against anything in particular,
Mm-hmm.
against wasting, against
Against anything.
of our time. So our life.
No, our life. Right now. What is the protect? What do we?
I'm just trying to think. You want to go like towards ego, where because that protects our life, or are you thinking?
I'm thinking. In the Wild West, we had our guns, and that's what protected us.
That's what protected our life.
Okay.
Okay.
Renaissance time, we had bow and arrow. Before that, we had a spear. So I'm talking about now. Okay.
Oh, this is such a weird question because the things that protect our time also kill us.
Okay. Well, I mean,
life.
it was the same thing. The same thing back then. The spear would kill us too.
Yeah, technology.
You're close.
Technology.
All right. So
what do you think it is?
So 2 nights ago, I got to tell you the story. 2 nights ago, I'm at a function. It is about black. It's about race. It's about animals, and it's about awareness. Okay. And it started off with a video of the quintessential Karen in the park in Grand Central Park. Central Park in New York, where a black man, bird watcher,
I remember
was
this story.
videotaping her.
Yes,
okay?
and she called the police.
And I had never seen the footage. I only seen snapshots, I read slight things about it. She was the Karen. All of a sudden, all the Karens in the world show up. And the Karens were denoted as these people who are white, sometimes liberal, sometimes not, who have racism in them. So the story was basically by Good Morning America. I don't know. Anyway, GM did this story, and it was basically you're interviewing the black guy, and his last name is Cooper, and ironically enough, the other woman who is the dog owner, her last name is Cooper. Maybe it was Karen Cooper.
Yeah.
And you hear the story ahead of time, and he's talking about, I'm a bird watcher in Central Park, and I'm out there, and he's stopping and going, that's a warbler, and that's a this, and I mean he was up on it. He was knowledgeable, he was articulate, he was a big man. You could tell that he was black immediately, and he basically said there are places in the park where you do not let your dog run wild. Okay. And there are signs all over. Do not, leashed here.
Because of the birds, probably, or the wildlife, or.
There are designated areas for you to let the dogs run. Okay. And this was one of the Cooper, the bird watcher's pet peeves, and he basically doesn't like it when people have their dogs running wild. Okay. And this woman, this Karen Cooper, has her dog running wild, and he takes out his phone and he starts videotaping her. Okay. Now, before she got racist on him, he was videotaping her so that she would I'm gonna report you to the person. This is I'm gonna report you to.
Which is fair.
Okay, which is fair. So my point is that I asked the question to the person at the end. I said, when I first saw that, I felt like Karen Cooper was scared of this. She was scared of 7 billion people, 7.8 billion people in the world seeing her, doing the wrong thing. I got caught. Okay. The racism, when I first saw it, she was scared of this. She was not scared of the black man. And then she said she got the phone, and she then went to the racist. There's a black man here. I feel unsafe, and the whole race card got thrown in.
Yeah.
My view, though, like I said just a minute ago, is this is the initial thing she was scared of. And I threw it out there to the woman who was running this, and I said, this was the weapon. It wasn't that he was black. The blackness came later when the woman was caught and she wanted to feel more superior to her. So anyway, that was my 2 cents.
Sounds like there's both.
Oh my
I
God.
agree with you.
Oh, initially,
Yeah,
I think it was
it's the
this.
technology.
And then after that, she went to the race card. And
Yeah.
then from there,
By the way, you know what a group of Karens is? You know, how, like, a group of geese is called a gaggle. Have you heard about a group of Karens?
I do not know what a group of parents are.
A homeowners association.
Oh. Ouch. You know, I must say this. It does make the Karen name a bad name now.
It does.
I
Not
know,
as bad as Adolf. I mean, there are worse names out there. You could be Adolpha or Adolf.
yeah. Ouch. Yeah. I felt though when I put my opinion out there, I felt that, and there were people in the audience who were African American. I felt that they were like I was racist because I thought it was this rather than, her throwing the race card.
And it was clearly, I mean, so I think what came out was her underlying racism.
Yes.
And maybe she didn't mean to say it was a black man. She could have said it was a man. There's a man here. He's threatening me.
He's pointing his camera at me. He's taking my pictures. When she said there's a black man or African American
And
man,
I feel unsafe.
and I feel unsafe. And that was the whole thesis of this woman's talk about how.
Why connect the two? Why? Because he's black, you feel unsafe,
Yeah.
as opposed to this guy's filming me.
Yeah.
And I don't know what's going on.
Now, and there might be some sexism in this also. And let me just throw it out. Did Karen, did she need to label, first of all, a man? Did she have to label it being a man? Okay, so first of all, she labeled it being a African-American person, then a man, okay? She could have said, I feel threatened. There's a person here, a video shooting me, video cameraing me.
Now, I could play devil's advocate and say those were descriptors. Because when you call the police, what do they want to know? Well, describe the person. So she could have just been throwing out the descriptors.
Well, okay.
Black, male.
Okay, you're right.
I don't think that was the case, by the way.
I think the descriptors come later when the police show up and say, okay, how tall, was it a man or female? How tall? They start broad.
Yeah.
What, do they have a color skin? What was his color skin?
But if you go back to the root of this entire thing, though,
Okay.
she was doing something wrong and refused to take responsibility. That's ultimately what this comes down to.
Okay, you're right. She could have
And she
said.
probably knew she was doing something wrong.
Right.
There were signs everywhere.
Right.
And that probably wasn't her first time to the park. Be my guess.
Okay, that might be an assumption.
I'm assuming that.
Yeah. Yes, she was doing something wrong. Yes, she got caught. When we get caught, we knee jerk. Oh my God. I mean, the best case scenario is her to look at the Cooper bird watcher and go, yeah, I'm sorry. Let me get my dog. I'm sorry. And that would have diffused it entirely. Since then, I think she has reckoned with it, and she's come out and said, I'm sorry, I was racist. I was this,
Right.
I was that.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I can't take it back. This is what happened. This is what I did. Now,
And what is she sorry about, though? If you want to get interesting about this,
I don't know.
I think she's sorry that her racism came out. She didn't just suddenly stop becoming racist, did she? Do people just oh, I'm not going to be racist anymore?
No.
Or is it?
I think she was put into the corner, and it was like, how do I continue to stay, to survive? Oh my God, I'm in a corner. I'm going to lash out. And she apologized profusely. She apologized to him. She apologized to, everybody. And now, she made a mistake. She cleaned it up. She moves on.
Okay.
Best case scenario. Granted, the Karens in the world are upset with her because of this.
Because now they're known. Now it's kind of out there that, she's not the only let's call her an automatic racist. It's just kind of built in. Like, she doesn't mean to offend, or necessarily she's not wearing a hood and carrying a torch. It's just her upbringing. It's just how we're trained. It's built in. It's automatic racism.
Yeah.
AR.
Yeah. Or they call
There's
it
your new AR-15.
they call it some other racism. There's another word for
like
it.
inherent bias or
Inherent
systemic
bias. Yeah. And there is that. I mean, we're born, we're not born with it. It happens over time.
Correct. All we could do is become aware of it and then work to remove it.
Yep. I'm Banks.
I'm Josh.
Odd Places going.
Viral.
Here we go.